Over the dadgum.
Oh my goodness, go.
All right.
Okay.
All right, guys. I'm Cass James. It's Iron Sharpens Iron, and once again we're at Upper Room, and we're going to hear Hunter Hall tonight speak. So I hope you guys enjoy that, and we'll see you in a second.
It was on my heart to share this. Last night I talked to our students, and God really kind of broke my heart for a situation. I'm just going to tell you a story. But this guy was a very rich guy. Came from a wealthy family, had it all. You could say that he was respected in the community, he was respected in the town. And from what I understood, they told me that this story happened overseas, kind of like in like a little town like Italy or something like that. So this guy is well respected, well known. And he is driving in his Maserati, he's rolling through the city, you know, and everybody was wondering who's going to be his wife. He's a young guy, probably in his early 20s, and everybody's wondering who's going to be this guy's wife? Who is going to be the one that he takes to marry? Because whoever she is, basically is going to get all the notoriety in the community. She's going to be it. Well, he's driving down the street, and he looks on the corner, in just the downtown area, something like you could imagine, like downtown Atlanta, just a rougher part, but just there's nothing happening. And he sees this girl amongst other girls and amongst some guys, and he looks at her, and there was just something intriguing about this girl. She had beautiful hair, and she was a beautiful girl. And she just, and you know, her clothes, they weren't the nicest, you know, it didn't seem like she could really afford the best of the best. And she goes, and so he goes up to her and he talks to her and he says, hey, he said, may I take you out to eat? And this girl is just befound, because I mean, if the black Maserati pulled up, would you not be befound too? And they ask you to go to dinner? Absolutely. Amen. And so, I mean, amen, dude. If a girl picks me up in a black Maserati, you bet. And so basically he asked her, and she's kind of starstruck about the whole situation. She's just kind of like, what's going on? So he takes her, and he takes her out to dinner, and he's just there's something about this girl that just captivates this guy. And I mean, you can clearly tell she's not, you know, the best dressed. Maybe her language is a little different. She's from a totally different class of people. And he loves her. And he continues to pursue her. He adds her on Snapchat. He's hitting her up. They got streaks going 5 days. Hello. Can I just say something? If you got a streak going, you're not just friends, ladies and gentlemen. And so he adds her. The whole social media thing takes off, man. And so he starts dating her. Takes her to the nicest restaurants, the nicest places. Takes her on boat rides. It's kind of like, you know, I don't know. It's almost like you would see in a movie. It's almost like you would see in a fairy tale. And he takes her on these extravagant trips, and he's just getting to know this girl. But he notices something that this girl's just timid. She can't believe that this guy can love a girl like her. And so it comes down to this one great night where he was so excited to introduce her to the entire family. All the community, you could say, was in this ballroom. And so he takes her and he grabs her by the hand and he says, you know what, we're gonna go. I bought you this nice dress, I got you pearls, I got everything. You wear this, I'll pick you up, and we're gonna go to something amazing. I can't wait to introduce you to all my friends. So this guy walks in this room, boom, doors open, doves fly, whatever. I don't remember exactly how he told her. And he walks in, and all of a sudden, all these people are just like starstruck, because here he is, a good-looking guy, defined jawline like Cat. He's just got perfect haircut, and he walks through the door, and he walks up, and he's so excited to tell everybody. He's like, hey, I want you to meet so-and-so, so-and-so. And they're like, oh my God, well, how are you doing, sir? You know, we haven't seen you in so long. And he just completely ignores them. All of his attention, all of his emotion, all of his affection is about this girl, who's just a normal girl from down the road, dude. She's just one of the girls in the hood. She grew up in high school, you did. He went to private school. He was the man. And so he goes around and he introduces him to her parents, and every time he would walk away from a crowd, it's like they would whisper, like, is he really? Is she really? And everybody in the room felt it. Even she felt it. But he couldn't. It's like he was blinded by love. And so he takes this girl, and the room clears, and they go to the middle of the floor. He dances with her, the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. Passionate. They're in love. And this guy was a man of God. So he was respectful in every sense. So it comes down to the day. This goes on for like months and months. And from what I understand, he took her and he proposed to her. And he bought her this ring. And I'm talking a ring, boys. You can't get this at K. And he walks in and he gives it to her, and she's just like, she's still in this place of, you know, this guy apparently loves me. He's bought me all these things. He's doing all these things for me, but I don't think he knows where I came from. I don't think he really knows the real me. But he proposes, and I mean, you know, when you come from the street, I mean, money's hard. Some of us have to shop at Walmart for clothes, you know what I mean? And she goes and she says, yes. And before she knows it, they're married. A year goes by, they have a beautiful baby. Another year goes by, they have 2 more kids. Well, yeah, 3 years. Sorry, I haven't been pregnant yet. I don't know how the timeline works, but it works. Yeah. One day, Kaz, I hear, Kaz will tell you more about it. I think I don't know what's up here. But anyways, the moral of the story is this. So she goes and they have these 3 beautiful children. And this guy is he's the man. He's a God-fearing man. He loves his wife passionately, treats his kids amazing. 3 beautiful kids, man. They're in school, they're doing well, they're exceptional. Everybody knows their names. Everybody knows these people. These are the perfect couple. And see, what the problem in this whole situation was this, is that even while she was married and she had kids and she had everything, in her heart, she still remembered, she still felt like she was still that girl on the side of the road. She still felt like she was that girl on the block. And what I didn't know and what she really couldn't get over was the fact that this wasn't just any girl, she was a prostitute. And she was dirty, man. She had been used. She didn't know what value felt like. She didn't know what it meant to be loved or cherished. She didn't understand it. That's not where she came from.
Yeah.
And so years go by, they're 6 years, 7 years, I don't remember what he said, into this thing, and all of a sudden one day, she has this moment, she has a breakdown. And I don't know if you've ever been there. I don't know if you've ever been in a place where it just seems like just everything inside of you is going nuts. You just can't wrap your mind around the chaos that's in life. And how many of you know that everything can be okay on the outside, but on the inside, it's not okay, and it doesn't matter what's going on the outside, it can't fix what's in here. And so she goes and she says, I can't take it anymore. He's like, babe, what's wrong? And she said, I can't take this. I can't handle this lifestyle. This is not who I am. I am not this woman. I can't handle you loving me anymore. And she starts blaming it on him. And she starts saying, it's your fault. You did this. You rushed me into this. You da-da-da-da-da-da. He's like, babe, I don't understand what's going on. What's wrong with you? And she says, I'm leaving. And she takes her stuff and she leaves. She's gone. And can you imagine, and I don't know how you feel or how you've seen it, but man, can you imagine the 3 kids, Daddy, where's mommy going? Why isn't mommy at dinner anymore? What happened? Is it my fault? And there's this horrible situation, 3 kids with 3 broken hearts, and the husband is just distraught. He's broken, he's done everything he can, he's done everything right. And it comes down to it, and he calls his family, he's like, if you see her, please let me know. I want her back. And they would say what any good friend would say, what any good family member would say. They said, you're crazy, dude, let her go. Keep the kids, wait till you get a good girl and just forget about her, dude. She's trash. She doesn't deserve you. But he can't stop loving. He can't get her out of his head. He can't stop. This is the woman that he chose to love. And like any good friend would do, I mean, my God, it's insane. I would do it for Trevor if he dated a girl that I felt like was just abusive, was just not good enough for him. And so she goes out and he says, you know what, I can't take it anymore. And he leaves the house in the middle of the night. This is 2 days later. He leaves the house and he goes looking, asking everywhere, down every street corner. He goes downtown again, where a man of his stature, you wouldn't see. And he's running through alleyways. He's looking behind every dark place. He realizes the people that are there, man, it's not good. It's not a good situation. And so he's panicking. He's tried everything. He's tired. It's in the wee hours of the morning. No one's heard from her. No one can see her. And all of a sudden he hears, and this one little lady tells him, are you looking for this so-and-so, so-and-so? She says, yeah. And he says, I thought I saw her walking down this road. And the thing about that road is it was dangerous, and he said, I don't care, and he ran down it anyways. And he finds her in the bottom of this abandoned building, and I don't know if you know this, but sex trafficking and human trafficking is huge. Slavery is bigger now than it's ever been in history. And so he finds out that this girl went back to the old friend, the old lifestyle, the old people that she was around, and she got caught up in the wrong situation. Before she knows it, she's selling her body again. She's going back to what she felt like she deserved. And so he runs in the room, and he walks in, and you gotta understand this guy's a millionaire. But beyond that, he's wealthy beyond means. And he walks in this room, there's all these drug dealers, all these thugs, man. All these people from other countries, and they're getting ready to ship these girls off like they're just chained. Children, men, women, just like they're animals. Auctioning them off. And so he looks, and in the corner over there, he sees his wife. And his heart breaks for her. And because he knows what she's done. He knows she ran back to other lovers. He knows that she went and slept with other men. I don't know if you've ever been cheated on. And I would never ask you to have a show of hands. I don't know if you've ever been heartbroken. If you've ever had someone hurt you and break your heart, and you have to go to school the next day and see them in the hallway, loving somebody else the way they once loved you. I don't know if you know what that's like. But if you do, you can understand how your heart sinks, how there's no more joy, how you feel broken, man. and you feel used. And just like you don't amount to anything. And so he sees her in the corner and they bring her up to the middle. And they say, $200, 200 American dollars. And he flips out, up one bid, up the next bid, the second bid, the third bid, and before he knows it, it's $5,000. And he says, and he goes up $10,000 for her. And then this guy says 11 because she's beautiful. She'll make him a lot of money somewhere, just being a tool. And so he says 11, and the guy goes, no, this can't be. And he sits down, he writes a check. He says, I'll give you $7 million right now. Everybody stops, looks at this guy. $7 million for a girl who's not worth 200 at the starting bid? He says, I'll give it right now. He says, as a matter of fact, here's another, here's $10 million. And he pays the highest price for this girl. He buys her. And he takes her and he wraps her in his arms. She's drugged up, man. She's been used. Her body's been ravished. She's been abused. She's getting ready to be shipped off. And I don't know if you know this, but statistics prove that most women and children who get sold into slavery don't live 3 years. 3 years of nothing but abuse. No love. No love. And he grabs his wife up and he runs her home and he takes her into his house and he calls all the doctors in the world. They take care of her. And before she knows it, she wakes up and she comes out of this coma and he's there sitting right by her bed holding her hand. He's like, I just love you. I love you. She can't get a word in edgewise because he won't stop kissing her. And her kids are there and they're so happy to see her. And she cannot comprehend what's happening. And she says, why me? Why did you do this for me? He says, because you're my wife. He says, baby, if you just stay with me, all you got to do, I've got everything. I'll take care of everything for you. All you got to do is live with me. If you'll just come to my house, if you won't run back, if you just don't go back to that lifestyle, you'll have everything you ever want right here. All you have to do is be my wife. Please, he begs her. And you know what she realized in that moment? She realized that the whole time this story happened, in the middle of that dark alley, she realized that when he said, you're mine, he meant it. She deserved to be sold. She deserved to lose her life. It's a true story. She deserved to be sold, and it was the love of her husband that kept her. It was his love that rescued her. And see, it's one thing to find somebody in a dark place. You know, it's one thing for you to forgive somebody, but when they go back to the dark alley and back in the hopeless situations, back away and fall in love with someone else, how can you love someone? Did you know that in the Bible, the only excuse that God ever gives for divorce is marital unfaithfulness, is adultery? That is exactly what this woman did. God told you and me, said, listen, marriage is forever. But if one is unfaithful, if just one person is unfaithful, and you say you can't do it anymore, well, I understand because the trust is just not there and it's hard. But this man, not this guy. This guy trusts her with all his heart again, as if she had never done anything wrong. And it's funny, last night I was telling the story to our students. And as you can think, she lived with him. She figured out, I am his wife. That's who I am. She began to walk in it and be the person she was called to be. She was his wife. She was loved, and she knew it. And from that moment forth, when she knew who she was, she never went back. I told our students this last night. You can imagine everybody was leaning in. And I told them, I said, now, here's the thing, is that I told you it was a true story, but I made up all the details. Because he didn't pull up in a Maserati. And it wasn't in the bottom of the basement. And I told him, I said, actually, that story is in the Bible. And it's in a book called Hosea. And I told him, I said, you know what the secret about it is? Do you know what that man's name was? His name was Jesus. And you know who the woman was? You know who the woman was? She was you. She was.
Well, guys, that was Hunter Hall tonight at Upper Room. And that was an awesome story. I enjoyed hearing that, and he did tie it in with scripture, so I'm happy. So I'm just messing. But anyway, so like I said, this is Upper Room, and I'm Cass James. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Go away, Trey.
That's a meme. Your face was a meme.
That's our
dude.
He's unique.
Oh, anyway.
See you, Trey.
See you, dude.
Anyways, am I forgetting anything?
Like, share, subscribe.
Yeah. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. So we'll see you next time. And what is it, Victor?
Shut up.